Okay, I think I can also share my screen. Let me share my entire screen. Okay, I think able to see my screen. Okay, well, fine. Okay, guys. So hope you are able to see my screen. Can someone acknowledge? Hope you are able to see my screen and you are able to hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
Is everything fine, Harsha?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we'll start off with our day 2 session. I think I'm just planning to record onto Telegram application. So let me check if I can do this. Probably for a couple of sessions. Then once everything settled down, so I think we'll get the access to do that. I'll also check with OBS in the next sessions. Well, so where are we? Okay. So chat box is also enabled to you guys. You can text me in the chat box if you have any problem. Okay. So in yesterday's session, we were discussing about why data mining has come into the world. Okay, then what is this all about data mining? Okay, why people are behind this data mining? Okay, then we were also discussing about some very important applications of data mining, right? So we were talking with respect to sales and marketing application. We were discussing with respect to banking application. We were also discussing with respect to insurance and healthcare, right? So we were talking about applications of data mining. So we started about sales, then we started about marketing, right? We started discussing about some banking application. We started discussing about some insurance, okay, then healthcare, HELTH, healthcare applications, then transportation, right? Then medicine, okay. So there were a lot of examples which we started discussing down the line, okay. So the question was like, you know, day by day the data has drastically gone high. The size has increased, okay. We started moving with megabytes to petabytes. Then we went on with exabytes, then zotabytes. Okay, now maybe we are moving with some yottabyte of memory. Okay, so the size is drastically going high. Okay, in the sense, large volume of data. Okay, large volumes of data. So this is actually the biggest problem now. Okay, on the other end, the data has drastically gone high. So how do we manage this data? Then how do we get our required information out of this data, right? So there are plenty of techniques, again, plenty of mechanisms which we keep working with. Then we also started discussing about some data mining definitions. Okay, so can somebody come up with some definition, like what is data mining exactly? Come on, guys. Any definition?
Abstracting the data and observing the trends in the data.
Okay, fantastic. Any other definition? So okay, fine. I just want to quote one definition. Data mining. Okay, when I say data mining, so you're mining, you're digging. In the sense, you're extracting. Okay, so extraction. What are you extracting? You're not extracting everything, right? You're only extracting knowledge from data. Akshya, yes. Okay. Then you're extracting patterns out of the data, right? You're not in need of all the patterns. Okay, you're guys, somebody have on the mic. Can you please check it out? So you're not extracting all the patterns of that entire data, right? So you're only interested in few patterns. You're only interested in looking out for a couple of patterns, right? So you're extracting what? You're extracting interesting patterns in the form of information. Okay, information or patterns. Okay, from where? From data. Okay, from data you are extracting that interesting patterns or interesting information. Okay, this data is vast. Okay, this data is very large volumes of data. Okay, in the sense large database. Okay, large database which is termed as, okay, which is termed as data mining. Can we make it very simple, right? Okay, so it's very simple. Extraction of interesting information or patterns from data in large database is known as data mining. Is it clear, guys? Okay, hope you are making it very simple. Okay, let us not do it a complex definition now. Okay, so different authors gives you different definitions, so you can go with any one, but end of the day you must give them the exact meaning, what exactly you're going to do in data mining. Okay, extraction of knowledge, yeah, same. So I was expecting a couple of other answers from other students also. Come on, guys. Any other definitions? Any other definitions? There is some alternate name. If you see, a lot of authors, they also call it as KDD. Where it is going? Okay. They also call it as KDD. What is this KDD? Yes, Vijay Simha. Knowledge discovery in databases. Okay, we call it as knowledge discovery. Okay, in databases, right? So data mining or KDD, knowledge discovering databases. Okay, so if you go in some textbooks, they give some textbook acts for Williams. You have a definition where KDD is also known as non-trivial extraction of implicit. Okay, non-trivial. Okay, extraction of implicit, okay, comma, previously unknown, okay, unknown and potentially useful information from data. Okay, so everywhere if you see, there is a huge records of data, large volumes of data. Okay, but the point is, I am not in need of that entire data, right? For example, tomorrow X company is coming to the campus. Okay, now he has some requirement. He has some requirement. Based on that requirement, he is asking some database or maybe data to be shared from the placement officer side. Okay, so what will the placement officer do? Will he share entire database of entire students? No, right? And company is also not in need of that entire database. Company is only in need of interesting patterns. Okay, interesting information. Okay, company has given some constraints. Maybe they want students who have cleared all subject in first attempts. Okay, and company wants students who have across their academics with some 70 or 75 percentage. Okay, company wants students who are good at programming stunts. Okay, company wants students who are good at good logical analytical skills, right? So based on these criteria, they are asking some interesting students. Okay. So if I share entire data, what will he do? Okay. So he tells, no, I don't want this entire data. I want only these interesting patterns out of this. Okay. How do you come up with those interesting patterns? You have different techniques now. Okay. You're getting my point? Or you can also tell like data mining. Okay. In other way, if you want to tell, is a search. Okay. It's a search for relationships. Okay. Relationships and global global patterns. Okay, global patterns which exist between, come on, large database. Okay, right? So which existing large database, as someone just told me from the audience, which are hidden among the vast amount of data. Okay, which are hidden among the vast amount of data. Okay, in this way also you can summarize. Okay, then sir, what different kinds of approaches do we have? Okay, so we have a lot of problems here now, large amount of data, vast amount of data. Okay, complex. Okay, so how do we make decisions, how do we make conclusions from this, right? So we have different kinds of approaches. Can someone tell me the list of approaches what you have heard? Approaches, come on guys. We have various approaches, like clustering is one of the approach. Okay, then data summarization is one of the approach. Okay, come on. Then classification rules is one of the approach, right? Then finding dependency. Okay, finding dependency relation is one of the approach, right? Then association rules generating is one of the approach, right? Then analyzing changes is one of the approach. Okay, then detecting anomalies is one of the approach. So there are plenty of approaches which you can apply for this, right? So if you keep going, again there will be other concepts which come across with you, like decision support, prediction, estimation. Okay, so these are all different approaches which we use with respect to our data mining techniques, guys. Okay, so end of the day, what we want is, we want interesting patterns, interesting data out of that entire large database. Okay, because this data is stored in a data warehouse. If you again go back to the other wing of this data mining, this data is stored in a data warehouse. Okay, so what is this data warehouse and how do you define it? All that we are going to see. How are you connecting this data warehouse to your RDBMS, what we call, okay, like a relational database management system. So data warehouse, so how do we connect to this RDBMS? We are going to see again. Okay, then there are different tools which we can also use to extract the required information out of that entire database. Okay, so there are plenty of tools, as I told you yesterday. Okay, Veka was one tool, then Informatica is one tool. Okay, then you have Oracle warehouse is another tool. Okay, so the IBM also has its own tool. Okay, so a lot of companies have come up with their own tools, guys. Okay, so most of them are open source. You can freely download those tools and you can start working with them. So this is all about what we have been discussing in yesterday's session as an introductory part. Okay. So why data mining? So what is data mining? Okay. In a in a simpler way, how do we understand data mining? Okay. Because there was one statement which I was giving yesterday. The data is becoming complex and the size of data is increasing. Okay. There was some statement like it was doubling for every 20 months. Okay. Maybe now, if you say it is doubling for every 6 months also, there's no wrong in it, right? So out of that, we need to get accurate results. So how do we get accurate results out of it is also a question, right? So large amount of computing power, low cost of processing power, storage has become cheaper when compared to olden days. So all this is making this data go, drastically increase the amount of information, right? So for students who have missed yesterday's session, so this is just an introductory session which we had in yesterday's class, right? And as part of the subject, I have already shared you one textbook on the name of the data mining, second edition. Okay, you'll have data mining concepts and techniques. Okay, I'm just writing down here. I have already shared it. So data mining concepts and techniques. Okay, by you'll have Camber. Okay, Camber. This is second edition which I have shared you. So if you're able to get third edition also, it is well and good. Slight changes. Okay, slight changes, not much. So I just shared it. Hope it would be helpful to you in your upcoming days, because I'm also using the same book as a reference book for any kind of updates or maybe problems. Okay, I'll just come back to you with the page numbers whenever I cover that particular concept from that. Okay, well, so this is one of the elective subject which is there in your course curriculum. And sir, then what syllabus am I going to see as part of this? You might be very much curious to know the syllabus, because this subject is very much important from your academics point of view, or maybe from your internship point of view, or maybe your project point of view. Okay, as I was discussing yesterday, tomorrow if you are going for do some project or some case study you want to submit, or maybe you want to publish a paper as part of a journal or conference, this is one of the trending domain area where a lot of conferences and journals would like to highlight. Okay, you see topics, like data mining, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning. Okay, the natural language processing. These are again, interrelated, if you ask me. So as part of syllabus, I made it very simpler, guys. In unit 1, we are going to see the introduction part. Okay, so as part of introduction, anyhow, we have already started with the introductory part. We'll be learning what is data mining all about. Okay, then we'll also put hands-on time in knowing what is this KDD, knowledge discovery from databases. Then what are the steps involved in this KDD? Okay, then we'll also see what are the related technologies. Okay, what are related technologies where you can work with data mining. Okay, where you can generate some results. Okay, or generate some stats out of it. Okay, how do you analyze the data? Okay, how do you show there's representations? Okay, so there are different ways you show in a bar chart, pie chart. Okay, you show in some mathematical figures. Okay, so how do you represent end of the day? Okay, so all that. Then applications. So yesterday we were discussing about some applications. Down the line in our examples, in our concepts, I'll take you forward. Then what are the major issues? Okay, when you started working with data mining. So what are the major issues and how are you going to resolve them? Okay, so this is actually a kind of module 1. If you ask me, I can call this introductory module 1. Okay, then what I've done is in module 2, okay, I'll just highlight here so that it would be easy for you. In module 2, please understand, okay, because you have to know the syllabus, in what way it has been formulated, all that, because it's an elective subject, so you must be good at that. In module 2, I have tried to introduce you about data warehouse. Okay, so there's a difference. Okay, data mining is different, data warehouse is different. Okay, so as part of data warehouse, I'll also talk about OLAP and OLTP, online analytical processing, okay, online transactional processing. Okay, so what is this OLAP, OLTP? With good examples, I'm going to deal with. Okay, we'll have some schemas. Okay, we'll also see those schemas. When I talk about this data mining, I think you must be a little bit aware. You must have an idea about database concepts also. TBMS, what you have learned. I think that would be enough for us. Then, as part of module 3, you know, as part of module 3, you'll be learning about the data objects. Okay, so what all data objects and what all attributes, okay, attribute types, more precise way. Okay, very much important, guys. Okay, because whenever you create some class or maybe a table, okay, or maybe we call in terminology called data set, okay, we have some data objects and attributes. Okay, so how do you identify those data objects? How do you identify those attribute types? Okay, then followed by, you will have some statistical description methods, we call as, okay, statistical description of data. Okay, so how do you describe the data? Okay, then at last, the last concept is similarity and dissimilarity. Okay, there are few formulas which I'll come across when I go with this statistical description of data. Like I was talking about those things yesterday, like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, okay, variance. Okay, I'll just list out here. Okay, mean, okay, median, okay, mode, okay, then standard deviation, then variance. Okay, there are a few more which we'll talk there. Okay, then similarity and dissimilarity, also we have some formulas, like we have Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, okay, Minkowski distance. Okay, so there are a couple of formulas which we'll discuss there. Okay, nothing to worry about this. So in turn, this unit 1 is all about the basic introduction of your data mining, guys. Basic introduction. We are not entering into any of the concepts. Okay, this is all intro. Okay, then unit 2. Okay. Unit 2, I have categorized into 2 modules again. Okay, module 1 will be all about data pre-processing. Okay, data pre-processing, and module 2 will be all about association rules, okay, or association rule mining and frequent pattern mining. Okay, somewhere if any spelling mistakes or typing mistake, just okay, forgive me for that. I'm just typing it a little bit fast. So these are 2 modules, okay, in unit 2. Okay, because I'm making it very simpler to you. Okay, so as part of data pre-processing, this is very much important concept, guys. Okay, you go anywhere, first you do is data pre-processing. Okay, so once you get the data, the first step, if somebody asks, You have to tell I have done pre-processing. When you do pre-processing, we come across a lot of other stages. Okay, maybe we do data cleaning. Okay, we do data integration. Okay, we do data transformation. Okay, we do data reduction. Okay, we also do data discretization, and we do also generate concept hierarchy generation. Okay, so these are a couple of concepts which are connected with your data cleaning mechanism. Okay, and there are again some formulas, normalization techniques. Okay, so when I come across data pre-processing, obviously half unit of your second unit is entirely data pre-processing, guys. Okay, then as part of second module, which is frequent pattern mining and then association rule mining. In this, we are going to see two algorithms under association rule mining. Very important algorithm, very famous, popular algorithm, a priori algorithm. Okay, and the other algorithm is FP growth algorithm. We call it as frequent pattern growth algorithm. Okay, right? So two algorithms we are going to see. In connected to this module 2 only, there are other two concepts which we are going to see. Very important concepts are correlation. What is the correlation between two products? Okay, so how do you analyze that correlation factor? Okay, or the other important thing is linear regression. These are all very popular words which you see online, right? So correlation analysis, linear regression analysis, right? So these are the concepts which we are going to see as part of module 2 under association rule mining and frequent pattern mining. Okay, well, then probably by MT1 I must be able to complete your 2 units. Okay, this is what is our plan of action. Okay, but your mid 1 I must be able to finish off 1 and 2 units. Okay, then unit 3 is entirely about your classification. Okay, so as part of classification, I think we can see half a dozen algorithms, guys. Okay, because classification is one technique, again clustering is one technique. Okay, so as part of classification, we'll see what is classification. We'll see good enough number of examples, don't worry about that. Okay, and very popular algorithm we are going to see, decision tree algorithm. I think you have already come across in your AI. We are going to have a kind of recap, and every algorithm we are going to also solve it using some mathematical formulas, and also we'll look into like we have some problem solving kind of thing. Okay, it's not a theoretical subject. Okay, so don't think like we are going to have an entire theory. We'll have some problems. You'll enjoy the sessions. Okay, so decision tree, where I'll come up with ID3 algorithm. Just a minute. ID3 algorithm, right? Then in this we are also going to see how do we select the attributes. Okay, because we're going to form a tree, right? And then how do we prune the tree? Okay, pruning, cutting down. Okay, then the other important algorithm which we are going to see is Bayes classification, Bayes algorithm. Okay, naive Bayes. Okay, then we're also going to see KNN. What does KNN stands for, guys? Come on. K nearest neighbor. Okay, K nearest neighbor. Okay, what is that K value? How do you identify that K value is a question now. Okay, then we are going to see SVM, one more famous popular algorithms. Okay, so you could see all these names in your papers, base papers or journals. Okay, published in conferences, right? So support vector machine we call it as. Okay, then we'll also see one more algorithm called Bayesian belief network. Okay, BBN, Bayesian belief network. Okay, then we'll also see some important metrics, okay, for evaluating for evaluating the classifier performance. Okay, so based on those metrics we can say like this classifier is a good one. Okay, the performance is very good. Okay, so half a dozen, right, altogether. Decision tree, okay, KNN, SVM, BBN, okay, then Bayes. Okay, then coming to your unit 4. Unit 4, entire unit 4 is all about clustering techniques, guys. Okay, you're going to see clustering algorithms along with its applications. Okay, even here we're going to see classification algorithms or classification techniques, okay, along with its applications. Okay, so here when you come with clustering applications, we are again going to discuss some algorithms. More importantly, we'll be concentrating on partition based clustering algorithms. Okay, partition based clustering algorithms. Okay, as part of this partition based clustering algorithms, there are two algorithms very much important, guys. You might have heard about it. K-means algorithm, okay, then K Midoid's algorithm. Okay, so these are two algorithms which we are going to see as part of partition based clustering techniques, guys. And then here what we have done is, here again there are one category which we have again formed as hierarchical. Okay, hierarchical, HIERAR, okay, CHIC, okay, hierarchical based clustering algorithm again. Okay, so here as part of hierarchical based clustering algorithm we are going to see two algorithms. Okay, one is agglomerative, okay, and the other is divisive algorithm. Okay, so hierarchical based clustering we are going to see two algorithms. In partition based we are going to see two algorithms. In hierarchical we are going to see two algorithms, right? Then later on what we have done is we have gone with one more concept called density based methods or density based approaches. Okay, there's one algorithm called DB scan, okay, SCN, okay, DB scan algorithm. Okay, and we'll also see some more techniques like we have grid based methods. Okay, so these are the concepts which we are going to learn as part of your unit 4 in clustering and its applications, right? Very simple, we are not making this complex anywhere. Okay, then unit 5, you can just treat it as a case study because you have only one concept here, where in this unit 5 more often we will discuss about outlier anomalies or outlier detection techniques. Okay, or sometimes we also deal with challenges, what challenges we face in outlier detections. Okay, and we also deal with some other mining techniques like text mining, okay, web mining. Okay, so there are the different mining mechanisms which will actually come into situation in your unit 5. Okay, and possible, what is my plan is, by this time you must be able to do some hands-on applications, guys. Okay, so that is what I am planning. I don't know to what extent you're planning to take this subject forward, but I personally feel this is very much important subject in terms of your academics, and also in terms of internship and your major project also. Okay, so what I feel is, at the end of this course, okay, you must be able, okay, I personally feel, student must be able to do some, okay, do some hands-on project work using any of the programming language, okay, preferably Python, because you have all inbuilt modules. You can happily download Jupyter notebook and you can start doing. Okay, I have some case study task also. If somebody is interested, I can share on to LMS. Okay, and this is one target which I have. And you must also be able to pre-process any given data, guys. Okay, you must be able to do pre-processing of any data. Okay, what happens there? Pre-processing, in a sense, it deals with, come on guys, it deals with missing values. Okay, missing values and some encoding. Okay, so you must be able to resolve this. Okay, and I also feel that students must be able to perform basic exploratory of data analysis. Okay, you must analyze the given data. Okay, so just correct me if I'm wrong. Exploratory, okay, exploratory of data analysis. Okay, analysis, yeah, yes, analysis. Okay, sir, how do we do all this? Yes, you can use different regression and classification algorithms. Okay, you can use different regression algorithm, classification algorithm, clustering algorithms also. Okay, so end of the day, what I want is you have to improve the accuracy of your given model. This is our end target, guys. Okay, I have been dealing with this subject before last year. I have handled a couple of times for your seniors, and we were able to do some hands-on projects, guys. Okay, as part of their internship and major project, I have guided half a dozen projects. Okay, so if I go based on regression, uh, if I'm not wrong, I think we were working on a couple of projects related to uh, health insurance cost prediction. Okay, there was one batch where they were working along with me on to health insurance cost prediction. Was one team of students, and there was other team of students who were working on to sales prediction. Okay, sales prediction. And there was one team, I actually asked them to take this forward. The project was all about predicting cricket match score. Okay, uh, you know this was actually idea which came up when there was tech fest happening down the line in 2018, if you remember, Antapragna, right? So there was I was actually the sports coordinator of CSE. I had my sports club team, so there were a lot of matches happening, indoor and outdoor games were happening. So, at the same time, we were also busy with major and mini projects. So I just thought, why don't we predict this score of a particular team, right? So based on the previous matches data, right? we'll have previous history, right? Historical data, right? So based on that, why don't we predict, like, like CSE might reach this target, or maybe EC might go with this score today, just predicting the number of points, right? So this was some ideas which were striking us, right? And uh, we actually also worked on classification also, guys. Okay. Classification also, I had four teams was working on to classification. uh, in classification, again, I was more concerned about binary data. Okay. Binary and multi-class classification. Okay. So this was concept which we were actually working, and out of this, of course, now also I am working with couple of projects. The one which I am working as of now as part of my research work also, fake news detection or fake news prediction. Okay. Or deep fake profiles, deep fake profiles identification. Okay. There is one project which was actually ad popularity prediction. Okay. So there are plenty of ideas which you can actually keep going, guys. Okay. So if you start understanding the insights of this project, you will actually enjoy the sessions. Okay. So you must just know the concept. Okay. Know the concept, how to apply it. Okay. How to analyze it. Okay. If you know, I think you can do wonders with this subject. Okay. And as part of prerequisites, as I told you yesterday, sir, what I need to have. Okay. Prerequisites, already yesterday I have highlighted. What I feel is, you must be little bit good at the programming stuff. Okay. Programming knowledge, you must be good. Okay. If you are also beginner level, I don't have any worries. If you're good at Java, or if you're good at Python, or if you're good at R programming, okay, so anything would be fine. Okay. But preferably, when I keep working, actually I work with Jupyter notebook installed, and I recommend you Anaconda or maybe Jupyter Lab. Okay. So platform is left to you guys. I'm not restricting that you have to only work with those things. So platform is up to you. But only thing is, so these are a couple of, I'm just giving you the examples of what we have worked. Okay. As part of, the regular academics, where students were interested. So you could see some 5 to 6 projects are listed out here. Okay. So in this way, there are plenty of projects which we have been doing from past a couple of years. Right. So this is actually what I am expecting from you. Okay. So probably, end of the day, the moment we are completing this course, I think students must be able to do a small project. Okay. Which will really help you to add it to your academics and also add it to your resume. Am I right, guys? Okay. Hope it makes sense, right? Rather than learning course and just putting it aside. Okay. So you can take over which concept I have to work. Okay. So but meanwhile, you have to be good at this concepts like attributes, data objects. Okay. You must know this calculation of similarity and dissimilarity metrics. Then you must be good at pre-processing techniques, of course. Okay. You must know how to do this pre-processing. Okay. Then followed up with association rules or classification techniques, clustering techniques, then detecting outlier anomalies, right? So these are all few concepts which we are going to deal as part of our data mining. Okay. And of course, my dream would be, end of the day, I want students to come up with your own ideas. Okay. Small project. That is fine. Okay. So this time we'll do it. Right. So I think So today I gave you again an introductory about the entire syllabus, how we are going to learn. Okay, so probably next sessions will go in deeper, and we will start off with unit 1. Anyhow, tomorrow is 26th January, so we all celebrate our Republic Day. So you will not have your regular session tomorrow. I hope you can celebrate your Republic Day celebrations tomorrow. Have fun. Okay, so I'll see you all in the next week with your first topic of your data mining, starting with unit 1. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the session for today. I think you can leave for the day. Thank you all. Have a great day.